Hey guys, Jack here from On Wrist, back with another video. Today I want to do a review of my Rolex Air King 34 and tell you why it's the best Rolex you can buy for $3,000 and really the only modern Rolex you can buy for under $3,000. So let's get right into it. So jumping right into it, this is the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Air King, reference number 114200. This obviously has a really nice blue dial on it. At first I was a little bit concerned because I wasn't really sure how the blue dial would look in real life, but it's really nice. In certain angles it's more of like a lighter blue like that, and then certain angles it's more of like a darker blue. You can maybe see right here. And you know, at really deep angles it looks more like a black, so it's a really nice casual color. I really like it. Obviously it is a really durable watch, sapphire crystal on here, 100 meter screw down crown, 100 meters water resistance and a screw down crown I should say. Obviously it's Rolex proprietary Oyster steel, which is supposed to be more durable and keep a polish longer. The Oyster clasp I believe is what it's called on the Rolex website right here. Really solid, closes really nice with a little snap, opens up like this, pull up on it. Really nice. I'll turn this around here. Really nice. Obviously 34 millimeters, as I mentioned. You know, I think personally it's really nice on my wrist. Now I have a 6.5-inch wrist, but I have to say I think this would fit anywhere from a 6 to a 7.5-inch wrist very comfortably. Anywhere after that, you might have to really, you know, just get your hands on it, try it on, see if it's right for you, if you like it on your particular wrist. But the lugs do extend a decent amount, and so if you have a 7.5-inch wrist and you're questioning it, I think it is going to work out just because of the extension of the lugs, and with the bracelet it even tapers a little bit farther down. So really nice. If you can kind of see there, the bracelet kind of extends a little bit past the lugs, but really nice. I think it's a nice small slash regular size. You know, it's nice and low key. It's obviously a sports model, but you know, I think this is a great everyday piece just because it's going to be more low key. It's going to be more durable. You don't have to worry about getting your you know, mid links that are polished, you know, all you know, messed up and scratched up. And while we're speaking on that, obviously it does have brushed links, solid end links, solid mid links. The links are changed with screws. Just a really solid watch. You know, I previously had a vintage Rolex Datejust and with the Jubilee bracelet, and this is just 10 times more solid, infinitely times more solid, I should say. It just feels great on the wrist. Has a lot of the same features or looks as the original Rolex Bubbleback, and you know, with that little curved bezel here, it's just great. It has a lot of history to it. This particular one, obviously, as you can tell, has the Air King on the dial, but of course it is the Explorer dial layout. The indices, I believe, are white gold, as well as the Rolex Coronet at 12 o'clock. Just a beautiful piece. It's a way to get some elegance in here without really making the watch any more, or any less durable, I should say. I've had a lot of fun with this watch. It's my everyday watch. I've had it for about a week now, as I said in the intro, and you know, it's perfect for every day. I think if you're debating on whether you should get something with brushed links and something like this from the Rolex catalog as an everyday piece, I would go for it if you really, if you can afford it and if you know you're gonna like the way it looks. But in terms of solidity and feel and comfort and all those things that you know, want to think about in terms of everyday, this really, it's really nice. It gives you a nice feeling of weight, while at the same time being, you know, something you forget about on the wrist every once in a while. You know, you kind of have to think about it and then you say, okay, you know, it's there. So let's talk price. This was on eBay for $4,000 with the box, as you can see in the background here. Maybe you can, there we go. The box, it did come with a service paper, so proof of service. No original like receipts or anything like that, but I got it checked out to be authentic, so you know, obviously no concerns there on my side. But like I said, listed on eBay for $4,000. I was able to get it down to $3,000, and so for $3,000, you know, it's good to take advantage of the market where it's at right now because of this whole pandemic. you know, to try to make a positive out of it, you can probably get some pretty decent deals because people are selling their stuff. And, you know, I was able to get a deal on this. I saw it on Watchbox and Crown and Caliber for $39 and $43.50 respectively, I believe, in the past. And so, you know, this is a watch that I think when this whole thing is over could potentially, you know, go back up in value, and I could potentially sell it if I, you know, need to or would like to. But, you know, you're getting a modern Rolex for $3,000. That's something that a couple of months ago you would not have been able to do. You know, a couple months ago, you're probably just looking at vintage Datejust in the $3,000 range. Now we're looking at a modern Rolex made within the past 10 years. You know, if you're looking for something like this, if you're looking for a modern Rolex, this is your way into it, you know. And it's just great. I love it. I'm a fan. If you're thinking about it, hopefully this helps you make a decision on it. I mean, you obviously have to look for the right deal, but you know, 34 millimeters, I think it's great. Obviously, kind of just depends on your wrist and what you're comfortable with, but just a great watch, solid watch. If you're thinking about going from vintage to modern, I would give it a try, just because modern is just, it's a whole new level of solidity and robustness that you're just not going to get from these vintage pieces. And I'm a huge fan. So anyway, that's it. Hopefully you guys, you know, find this useful, and I'll catch you in the outro. So yeah, guys, that's it. As I mentioned in the close-up, I got this watch for $3,000, and I'm over the moon with it. I'm having a really good time with it, and I'm really glad I went to the modern side of things. If you're thinking about deciding between vintage and modern, I'll leave a little link in the top right corner, linking you to the video that I made between modern versus vintage Rolex, so you can make that decision for yourself. But I think if you're looking for a modern Rolex, this is really the only thing you can get at the current time, with the current prices. And you know, I think it's a great option for you. Like I said, it depends on the wrist size a little bit, but you know, like I said, it's a modern Rolex for $3,000. You really can't go wrong. And so hopefully you can find the right deal if you like it, and hope you enjoyed this video.